literally salon, welcoming guests. Today's performance is devoted to John Keats.
We think of him as a member of the second generation of English Romantic poets, and by the test of chronology, he fits the description well enough. Keats come to the artist's calling with the unfeignable upstart pretension, the freedom of the imagination to which he devoted all his poetry, the freedom to persist in widening speculation, or the other side of a struggle against worldly privations which he knew as a matter of great inexperience.
The poetry of earth is never dead. When all the birds are pained with the hot sun and hide in cooling trees, a voice will run from hedge to hedge about the new mown mead. That is the grasshopper's. He takes the lead in summer luxury. He has never done with his delights. From when tied out with fun, he rests at ease beneath some pleasant weed. The poetry of earth is ceasing never on a long winter evening, when the frost has wrought a silence. From the stove there shrills the cricket's song, in warmth increasing ever, and seems to one in drownlessness half lost, the grasshoppers among some grassy hills.
Keats is interested in cultivating a self-conscious, almost quivering, susceptibility experience and sensations. At the same time, his language is considerate of a duty to satisfy the expectations of science. It can become suddenly and even reductively physiological. Consequently, the mission Keats imagines for his poetry is at once vulgar and sublime.
It keeps eternal whisperings around desolate shores, and with its mighty swell gluts twice 10,000 caverns, till the spell of Hecate leaves will their own shadow without. Often 'tis inside gentle temple found, that scarcely will the very smallest shell be moved for days, from whence its sunshine fell, when like the winds of heaven were unbound. O ye who have your eyeballs waxed and tired, feast them upon the wideness of the sea. O ye whose ears are dimmed with uproar rude, or fed too much with calling melody, sit ye near some old caverned mouth and brood, until you start as if the sea moves right.
He knows and feels and lives and moves. It makes no other appeal because there is no authority more grand to which appeal can be made. Now, in one sense, Keats was carrying forward the same work, but he does it with so much less concern for the poet's role as a prophet of human nature.
How many bars give the lapses of time? A few of them have ever been befooled of my delighted fancy. I could brood over their beauties, earthly or sublime, and often, when I sit me down to rhyme, these little thorns before my mind intrude. But no confusion, no disturbance rude to the occasion. 'Tis a pleasing chime, so the unnumbered sounds that evening store. The songs of birds, the whispering of the leaves, the voice of waters, the great bell that heaves with solemn sound, and thousand others more. The distance of recognizance bereaves make pleasing music, and not wild uproar.
He seems to change the subject of romantic poetry even as he extends its scope. As Keats allows us to overhear a poet's dialogue with himself, his hopes and fears become so gripping that the reader is implicated without ever being addressed.
As later rambled in the happy fields, what time the skylark shakes the tremulous dew from his lush clover-coverts, when anew adventurous knights take up their dinted shields. I saw the sweet flower while nature yields a fresh blown musk rose. 'Twas the first, the true, it sweets upon the summer. Graceful it grew, as is the wand that Queen Titania wields. And as I feasted on its fragrancy, I thought the garden rose it far excelled. But when, oh wells, thy roses came to me, my sense with their deliciousness was spelled. Soft voices had they that with tender plea whispered of peace and truth and friendliness unquelled.
Life, of course, as well as art, had its many heavens of intenseness. If we have the good fortune to be always conscious of their texture, we'll have no special need of art. Yet the power to experience life as life is keeps things much rarer than we like to suppose.
Keen, fitful gusts are whispering here and there among the bushes, half leafless and dry. The stars look very cold above the sky, and I have many miles on foot to fare. Yet feel a little of the cool bleak air, or of the dead leaves rustling drearily, or of the silver lamps that burning high, or of the distance from home's pleasant glare. For I am brimful of the friendliness that in a little cottage I have found, of fair-haired Milton's eloquent distress, and all his love for gentle Lucy drowned, of lovely Laura in her light green dress, and faithful Petrarch gloriously crowned.
What art can do is to give us back by design what we didn't know we possessed. In this sense, Keats, the most aesthetic of poets, is at the service of experience, a friend to man. It doesn't attempt to lift us above experience. It combines. It discovers by analogy or contrast.
Give me a golden pen and let me lean on a heap of flowers in regions clear and far. Bring me a tablet whiter than a star, a hand on hymning angel when they sing the silver strings of heavenly harped wind, and let there glide by a many pearly car in curls and wavy hair and diamond jar and half-discovered wings and glances keen. The violent music wander round my ears, and as it reaches each delicious ending, let me write down a line of glorious tone, and full of many wonders of the spheres. For what a height my spirit is contending, 'tis not content so soon to be alone.
The order of art, Keats believes, can assist us in seeing the good of change. This is another name for everything that is not yet given over to repetition, the part of existence that death has not yet claimed.
Many the wonders I this day have seen, the sun when first he kissed away the tears that fill the idle morn, the lurid peers who from the feathery gold of evening lean, the ocean with its vastness, its blue-green, its ships, its rocks, its caves, its hopes, its fears, its voice mysterious, which whoso hears might think on what will be and what has been. Ye know, dear George, while this for you are right, Cynthia is from the silken curtains peeping so scantly that it seems her bridal night, and she her house discovered revels keeping. But what, without the social thought of thee, would be the wonders of the sky and sea?
One feature stands out from this youthful meditation: the fluency of Keats' passage among opposite moods of every sort, and in particular, the kinship he finds between ambition and imagination, each with its own motives, each followed by unsearchable vacancy and disenchantment.
What is there in the universal earth more lovely than a rise from the bay tree, happily a hell round the moon, a gleam circling from sweet pear leaves in north? And happy will say that you birth all morning roses, rippling steadily, spread by the halcon's breath upon the sea. But these comparisons are nothing worse. Then is there nothing in the world so fair? The silvery tears of April, youth of May, or June that breathes out life for butterflies? No, none of these can from my favorite bear a word of harm. Yet shall it ever pay due reverence to your most sovereign eyes.
Imagination can look similar because it is interested in the creation of the object, and the object may gain the reward. But the work of imagination differs greatly from the ambition. It has no concern for and no dependency upon a fellowship with other men or women. Its ideal end is rather what Keats calls a fellowship with essence.
The stranger lighted from his steed, and ere he spake a word, he seized my lily hand, and kissed it all in heard. The stranger walked into the hall, and ere he spake a word, he kissed my lady's cherry lips, and kissed them all in heard. The stranger walked into the bower, but my lady first did go, hand in hand into the bower, where my lord's roses glow. My lady's maid had a silken scarf, and a golden ring had she, and a kiss from the stranger, as off he went again on his fair palfrey.
The purposelessness of art may give us the nearest approach we have to an idea of immortality. Yet Keats' intuition is that in doing so, art risks being on the side of death against life. Keats turned to art for wisdom, the kind of wisdom that follows from a temporary end of questioning, but his own work seldom comes to us in quite this way.
Physician nature, let my spirit blood, or is my heart of verse and let me rest. Throw me a poem that triplet till the blood of stifling numbers ebbs from my full breast. A theme, great nature, give a theme, let me begin my dream. I come, I see thee, as thou standest there, beckoning not into the wintry air. Ah, dearest love, sweet home of all my fears, and hopes, and joys, and panting miseries. Tonight I may guess the beauty wears a smile of such delight, as brilliant and as bright as when with ravished, aching, vessel eyes, lost in soft amaze, I gaze.
Sweet, sweet is the greeting of eyes, and sweet is the voice in its greeting. When earth you have grown old, and goodbyes fade away where old time is retreating, want the nerve of a welcoming hand, and earnest a kiss on the brow, when we meet over sea and over land, where furrows are new to the plough. Sweet, sweet is the greetings of eyes, and sweet is the voice in its greeting. When earth you have grown old, and goodbyes fade away where old time is retreating, want the nerve of a welcoming hand, and earnest a kiss on the brow, when we meet over sea and over land, where furrows are new to the plough.